Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well today. This is going to be a garden update on Memorial Day. I first want to pause and reflect for a moment, and I hope you'll do the same and give respect to those who have fallen in service of our country. They gave the ultimate sacrifice. Alright, so I'm going to just tell you about a project too. Obviously you can see some steps there. We're going to put some steps on the deck, and we're also going to eventually cover that. I may get a pizza oven as well built for me. We'll see. But it's just on the list of things we'd like to do. First, let's go over here to the potatoes. They are looking beautiful in this leaf and coffee ground mixture. They have just exploded. Looks like they could do for some more coverage there. Then over here I want to show you our this is a fig that we transplanted to the front here to put some shade out. This is a little dog fence that we made for when we leave and close the dogs up. So they can get in and out of the house through their little doggy door and use the restroom. But that little fig there is doing real well. We had a bad frost, so we hurried up and covered up the garden and covered up the fig and some of the stuff, and it's looking good. Our fruit, all the peaches and stuff, they all fell off in that unfortunate frost we had. But we've had a couple of things happen. That's pretty cool. Our cat Willow had her kittens, and she had 6 kittens, and the very last kitten was stillborn, unfortunately. But we have 5 beautiful, healthy kittens, and Willow is being an amazing mother, and you can see those pictures there. The garden is exploding. We've been out working today in it, and we are tired. But first, let's take a look at these taters here. They're doing good. Get in. Taters are looking good. This front bed here has the tomatoes in it. They are looking nice. Looking real nice. Some of them are smaller than others. That's fine. That far little area there has, gosh, what are they called? Well, they're bush beans, but can't remember the variety of green beans there. Those will be good. This second bed I've been weeding and planting today, but this second bed, look at the beautiful squash plants. I've even got a bloom over there. Then we've got onion sets out that still look great. I weeded them. And right there, put 4 squares in of pink eye purple hull peas. And if you don't know what them are, those are good eating right there. Put 4 squares of those out. This bed I didn't get weeded, but boy, look at that explosion right there. Beautiful. My cucumbers that I had all back here, they all died in that frost. Even though we covered up the beds, they didn't make it. But we planted some more, and those little bad boys are coming up. So when they come up some more, we may transplant some of them, put them different places, you know. I just threw them in. This front bed, we did some of that anyway. Way over here on the end, I planted a whole row of pink eye purple hulls. So I actually put in 72 pink eye purple hulls. That's a lot of plants right there. Carrots are looking good. I've got some beets over there that are looking good. Lettuce has gone crazy. We've been eating off of that. And you can see here where I just come out and get it with the scissors. And, well, I come out and get it with the scissors, and look at that regrow there that's happening. I'll just keep cutting off as I go there, as we eat it, and it'll grow back. And then right here in the front, can't see the little hairs, probably, but green onions growing there. And spring onions. Right there I've got my sweet peppers planted. Looks like they need some coffee grounds. They're a little yeller. But everything's looking good over here. Our 2 beds back here are just overblown in weeds. We got to weed those out and get some more summer crops planted in them. I've got mint here. It's going crazy. So we can have some mint, which is nice. Spearmint. These blueberries are looking absolutely beautiful. And they're covered up, so that's great. Penny is going to be happy about that. Over here, there's that blackberry. It's just covered up in berries. The raspberry did not fare so well. Excuse me. Did not fare so well in that frost. All right. Now let's go back over here and I'll show you our little pentagon that John has worked in a lot. Everything's a project around here. So John has gotten that box put together and he got it tilled up as best he could with our little not so great electric tiller that we have. But we have planted today, that first row is corn and sugar snap peas together. I'm using the square foot gardening method. You can interplant things together. It's quite interesting. In a small area you can do a lot. All right, the next row is corn and Blue Lake pole beans, green beans. And then the next row is a mixture of corn and beans and peas as well. All right, so let me go talk about the chickens, but in the meantime, I got to talk about what happened on Saturday. We're out building this chicken fence because we had another chicken escape and get killed by a fox. We have rabbits that chew up our poultry fence, so that's terrible. But anyway, we're building a permanent fence. Look, there's Mama. There's Mama. Hey, Willow. Hi, sweet Mama. You are doing such a beautiful job as a mama. She's so little and skinny. She's always been the tiniest cat. You are sweet. She's letting those babies nap and getting a little rest out here in the shade. You're a sweetie. All right, so we come out here Saturday to work, and right over there, Penny was barking and going crazy. And curled up under this is a little shade for the chickens we used to use. Curled up here was a black snake wrapped around a bird. But the bird was kind of big, and we couldn't figure out what it was. It had really dark brown feathers. And so John grabbed a shovel, and he was going to put the whole pile out here in the woods. And as he started walking, the snake started uncoiling. And the bird fell. Bird dropped. I went over to it while he was relocating that snake. And it was a screech owl. And it was kind of smushy looking, but it was breathing. So I yelled to John that it was breathing, and he hauled butt over to me. He had his gloves on, so he picked it up. And that little bird sat there, probably 7 inches tall, full grown, screech owl, adult, and sat there for about half a second. Then she flew to this low branch right over here, right above Willow there. She just sat for a while, stunned. You see, we have a nest. Let me see if I can show it to you. Of screech owl, a family that comes back right up here in the top of that tree. Right there is their nest. And when they were babies, it was so funny because I'd go out to do the chickens at night or something to close up their door, and you'd hear their little noises, and boy, they make some Halloween noises. Sheesh. But Anyway, that owl is just fine. And so we came and worked. It's just amazing that happened, but it's God. I know it. God put us there. I believe, I'm not sure, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Screech Owls mate for life. And if that's the case, I'm really proud of the fact that God put us there right at the perfect time to take care of that owl and save its life. So we worked on the fence a little bit, and I'll show you that, but as we were walking back to the truck to get some more supplies, right down here in these low branches were the two babies, about 4 inches tall each, along with one of the adults. And I believe in my heart that they were coming down to say thank you. I really do. Never seen them up that close before, and I believe that's what they were doing. Hi, babies. Getting some shade? Kind of hot out here. All right, so here's gonna be our front entrance. We've got the poles cemented in. We've also we're gonna put a gate at each side as well, because what we're gonna do is when we have this whole thing put in, hi baby. When we have this whole thing put in, we will be able to put this green poultry netting occasionally out to the front and out to each side that we've made. Hi, you wanted to lay down at Mama's feet? Hey, Willow. So we will be able to open up the front, attach the poultry netting to come out the front so they can eat and forage. And on either side, because they love the woods, you see. They love being in the woods. But that way we can rotate them around 3 different sides. And that will, give each of the other sides a good rest in between. But we've got one side put up. It's not completely put up. It's loosely put up. And we've ordered some stakes that are going to come in, and we can round off the bottoms and stake down the bottoms to protect our little girls. But you can see this other gate up here. And then, let's walk back here. And then, here's going to be one gate that we can open up for them and let them out into this wild area. Hey Penny, you're in between the 2 fences. But there's a fence back here. I bet you can see that where Penny is. And the previous owner put that fence in. That is not our property line. Our property line goes back about another 400 or 500 feet past that. I think she put that in as a privacy in the winter when all the leaves are off. You can just barely see. There's a house back there that has a back porch light on its 2nd story that you can just see the light in the wintertime if they have it turned on. And I don't think she liked that, so she put this fence, this privacy fence here. It's just one stretch of privacy fence. Doesn't even go to the ground, but it's just one probably 100-foot section, maybe a little more than 100 feet, I guess, section of fence. And we're going to attach to that on both sides and then reinforce the bottom parts. That way these girls will have all this back here to be in. You see, they love getting in the leaves, in the any kind of deadfall. They love it because there's lots of bugs in there. And they'll clean out all the bugs, clean out all the undergrowth. You can see inside the pen there how they clean it out real nice. And we'll still be moving the coop around. That's a chicken tractor, if you want to look that up. Pretty cool thing, but it's movable. And we'll be moving that around within the fence, and I will be using their droppings, of course, composting those out and using them in the garden. But Alright, I guess we're about done here with our update. Let me know down below if you know about those screech owls, and let me know also what kind of victory garden you're growing this year. You know, that's one thing this year has taught us for sure, everybody, is that we don't have enough supplies. And our food chains and food distribution stuff is all messed up. And you know, we always like to have a little garden, but we planted a lot more this year, and we're going to be planting a lot more this year. And I think it's important to try to do that for yourself. And hi, Penny, you getting some sun? It's about 85 degrees today. But all right, that's been a garden update for you. I hope you're having a happy and safe Memorial Day. I thank you for watching. And I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.